Okay, hello. I wanted to come on here because I literally just the other day, just yesterday, I was filming a video about that relationship and being a survivor, and that was a really big step for me. And I watched it back today, and I was really proud of myself. And so I uploaded it, and it's up there. I had a lot more that I also recorded, but my computer wouldn't let me put it all together, so maybe that was a sign that I just needed to post what I ended up posting, and maybe if I feel comfortable, I'll include the other part. But I feel much better today. I feel much better today, and I just feel such like a relief. Like, I know healing is not linear, so you know, we'll go through our phases, but I feel good right now. And I'm outside and I'm just going on a walk, and I was listening to a reading. I've also been having readings speak so directly to me recently, and that's exciting because I usually resonate, but never, like in a very specific way. I just kind of take it in and I'm like, okay, cool. But I don't really ever have it so directly applied to me to the point where I'm like, oh my God. But I've been having that happen recently, and it's making me really excited because it's a lot of positive energy. And I've been feeling for a while like I'm going to be meeting my soulmate soon, like very soon. And I think that it's like actually happening. Like I'm really starting to like dig into the fact that it's actually like it's about to go down. I don't know, but I do now. I feel it very deeply. And there's just things that would happen where it's just like, okay, clearly, I don't know, like this is a sign. Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm very happy today. I'm happy I got that off my chest the other day, yesterday, literally. And I saw a rabbit and a chipmunk, so that also made me happy. And I'm going to see my sister and my little baby nephew. We're going to go on a walk together. And I haven't seen my sister all week because I started a new job, so I haven't seen anyone, so this will be nice. And I was hanging out with my dad today. We were watching this show called The Man Who Fell from Earth, or Fell to Earth, which is really good. Highly recommend. And I'm on my way, swear to God, I'm on my way to solving time travel. I'm telling you, I literally have been collecting, like, I've just been getting these, like, downloads, I guess. I swear, I'm on my way. I really, like, I'm considering messaging, like, an astrophysicist. Oh, wait, I think it's my sister. I'm considering messaging, like, an astrophysicist and asking, like, if I can talk to them. Because you guys, like, I really feel like I've got something. Like, I feel like I have some, like, knowledge that, like, is actually, like, it could actually be something. It feels like it has weight. And it's been something I've been building on, because in April I was getting a lot of messages, like a lot of messages. It was a very active month for me spiritually. And I was getting a lot of messages around the universe and the way things work. And not like in totality, like there's so much I have to learn, but just like things that I focus on, like the goddesses and divine feminine energy and darkness and what's coming next for us as a planet and as a universe, and the way that, like, those universal laws that we have, how we can shift that, and working with, like, creative energy, orgasmic energy, manifestation are all kind of things I've been touching on. I'm by no means an expert, but just things I've been learning about. And yesterday I just got a lot of messages around time travel. And I feel like I have something, so I'm excited because I'm really hoping that it's actually like something. I swear to God, I'm gonna email an astrophysicist, and I'm gonna ask what they think. I mean, the perspective that I'm approaching it from is spiritual, so hopefully I'm taken seriously, because I realize that, I don't know if people take that seriously in the science world, but I love science. I really do, and I'm starting to love math. And I realize that oh, my sister's not even there. Okay, she's not there. But I'm realizing that like numerology and science and astronomy are things that I really, really enjoy, but I don't want to go to school for it. I just don't. And I don't think that we need to, because I was talking to my dad about this today, but I was like, and this is not to say that school is not important and that, you know, teachers are not incredibly, incredibly important. They are. I just don't want to go to school for it. But we all have access to this information because every idea was like just a thought in your mind, right? And then someone understood it, was thinking about it, and then they came up with this thing that we all now learn about. So we all have the same access to the same source of intelligence. So we can all learn the same things. And I've always had a problem with the fact that astronomy and things like quantum physics, I have a problem with the fact that that's not taught in schools, because I would have loved to learn that. And I think that I could have understood math and science a lot more easily in school if it was just spoken to in a way that wanted me to learn it, you know? It's just they use all this language that's just so confusing when you can really say it much more simply. Like, I was learning about the string theory versus like the particle theory, something like that, and about like the leap second. And I've been trying to learn like fundamentals of quantum physics, and I started it yesterday, and I'm honestly like, and I don't want to be like conceited, so I'm trying to remain humble and remember that I don't know everything, and that, you know, I'm reading very simplified versions. But I'm also trying to remember that I'm a human being, and I'm also a soul, and I live in this universe, and I know it. And all of the knowledge around it is knowledge that I also know. Like, this is my home just as much as it is scientists who study it and look at it in school. And so, you know, I'm an expert in my own right, and I have knowledge to offer, and I really would love to be in the rooms with like scientists and things like that, but I don't want to go to school. I'm done. I'm over it. And maybe I'll go back and I'll be more passionate about it later on, but right now, like, I'm just trying to get my degree and get the fuck out of there. Like, I don't want to do any more school right now. So I need to find a way to be accepted within the scientific community. But that's not my main goal right now. I actually really just came on here because I'm having a good day and feeling really good energy. Is that my sister? I'm having a good day and I'm feeling very positive energy after such a hard day yesterday. And I just wanted to send a little update, because now that I posted that video, I don't want it to just sit on my channel without some other energy. And certainly don't want it to be about that, because my life is not about, you know, just being a survivor in that context. And I don't want my life to be around that experience, you know. It's an important experience for me. But yeah. And in that video, I said that I hated him, and like in a very fundamental way. Like, yeah, but also not really, like not in a way where I'm really feeling that energy and I'm thinking about him that heavily. And I needed to emphasize that because I don't want that energy sitting out there either. Like, trying to be careful with my words, because I'm telling you guys, there's been a shift in the energy, and manifestation is happening like that when you really feel it. So just need to put it out there that I don't even think about that, man. But I do have, you know, my protection, and I'm protecting myself, and I'm proud of myself, and I'm like, you're doing it, and I really feel like I'm about to meet my fucking soulmate, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I speak to them sometimes when I'm high, and like I really am trusting myself, and I'm just kind of being like, ah. But like, I had this reading today from Rosology, and she was talking about 5th house energy, and I'm in life path 5, and she's talking about Cancer energy, Sagittarius energy, and Leo energy. And I'm a Cancer sun, Sagittarius moon, Leo rising, Leo Venus. Heavily resonating with that reading. And just other readings, they just make me excited. And I was just like, you know what, I'm claiming it. Like, I'm such a dreamer, and I refuse to let go of the idea that I'm going to have the love that I really, really want and deserve. And I'm going to be able to be a partner that I really, really want to be, and a mother that I really want to be, and a teacher and a friend, and leave my mark on this world. And I feel it deeply, and I just feel very excited. So yes, but now I'm going to go because I think my sister's here. Bye. I just wanted to show you the sky. It's not even doing it like any justice at all. You cannot see how beautiful it is, but it's gorgeous. It's very, very beautiful, and I just wanted to show you. Oh, look at it. Look at the sunset. I love it. Hello. So I'm back. I just got back from going on a walk with my sister and my nephew, and I guess I wanted to come on and continue to share and talk, because actually I was nervous because so I recorded the video yesterday talking about the relationship and just healing and being a survivor and things like that. And then I felt like weird about it today, and I wasn't sure if I was going to end up sharing it, just because, I don't know, sometimes I get nervous. Like, I was crying a lot, and I felt like sometimes I wonder if some things need to be shared, or if it's okay to just talk about it, like just get it out, and then it doesn't need to go anywhere. But when I was watching it back, I felt good about it, and then I was speaking to my sister, and she was saying that she thinks that a lot of other people are going to be able to relate, because sexual violence is messy and it's complicated, and a lot of the time, like all of the conversations that we're having now about coercion and things that aren't like very violent, like back alley assault, it's just now starting to be called sexual violence, and it's, we're just now being validated with that being an experience that people have, and like people feeling safe enough to say that that's a real thing, and then also acknowledge that, that doesn't mean we want people to go to jail. I don't want him to go to jail. I literally just want to talk about my experience and not be made to feel crazy, and feel safe saying that that was sexual assault, because it was, and also be able to hold space for people to grow and move forward, because like I was saying in that other video, we are in a culture of sexual violence. It is in almost everything. It's in the media that we watch. It's in all relationships. It happens on the street all the time. It's in the education system. Sexual violence is deeply embedded in our society. And so, if we were going to send every person to jail that was an assaulter, a lot of people would be in jail. A lot of people would be in jail, and we don't, because a lot of people would be in jail. So I'm just ready to get to a point where we can all be honest about what's going on, and the fact that it's messy, and even though it's an uncomfortable label to have thrown at you, it doesn't mean that it's not a label that you need to have, and it doesn't mean that it's, your defining existence. Like in my letter to him, I called him a rapist, and then I was also like, and you need to change, I wasn't like, you're a rapist and that's who you'll always be and fuck you, even if that's how I might have felt. I didn't say it like that, because I don't feel that way. But it is important that people have to carry, the weight of their actions. I have to carry the weight of this experience, and it's going to be there. It's a defining experience in my life. And I'm never going to get to just, brush that off. And so you have to be responsible for your actions, and it doesn't mean you can't grow. Because in the same ways that I have to be accountable for the ways that I, didn't have boundaries, and I didn't speak up for myself, and all the ways that I've been wrong in situations, everyone else has to do the same. So anyways, I don't know how I got all the way over there. I'm just looking at the sunset, and it's really beautiful. I just want to I already showed you, but like, look at it. I can't even give it justice. But look at that. It looks magical. It's very, very pink. But yeah, I wanted to come back here, and because I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm just feeling good today. Like I feel a lot lighter, like I'm not carrying so much. And I really, really hope that this video, I had to split up the video in two because my computer wouldn't merge them. So I'm hoping that the videos end up finding people who connect, and I'm hoping we can talk. Because honestly, I would just love to be able to talk about it with people. Sometimes I just need to talk and I just need to vent. And yeah, it would just be nice to have a space to do that. So I am serious about creating like a support group if people are interested in that. And it doesn't, like, you can be coming from any experience of sexual violence. I just want a support group. But yeah, I just wanted to follow up on how I was feeling today because I thought it was important to stay in touch. And I'm just feeling good. And I want to show the happy moments too because, you know, yesterday was a hard day. But you also saw my emotions change throughout that video, you know. I started off okay, then I very quickly deteriorated into crying and a mess. And then I was able to pull it together, and I was crying again, and then I got okay again. And that's really how it is. That's really just how it is. And today is a good day, and I've had a lot of good days in a row. I've had months of like good times, you know. So I don't want it to feel like, you know, your experience as a survivor is just pure shit all the time and you're just traumatized for the rest of your life. Like, no, this was a horrible experience and I have had to learn a lot. Some of the lessons have been gifts because they were lessons I needed to learn anyways. Some of them I could have gone without, but you know, everything it happened, so it is what it is. But yeah, I feel really good today, and I just wanted to check back in and be like, hello, I'm okay. And yeah, I am just here to say hi. And yeah, I was just thinking about love and things like that because I've never been in love, and I've never had a positive sexual experience. This is the only traumatic sexual experience I've had. I haven't had many sexual experiences in general, but even with the ones that weren't traumatic, they weren't like great, you know. Like I wouldn't go back because I have never experienced like pleasure in any of the sexual relationships that I've had, both with men and with women. And I've never had a sexual experience with a non-binary person. So, but yeah, across the board, because I'm queer, and in all of my experiences, I still haven't really felt, you know, what I would be hoping to feel. And those are all things that I still really would love for myself, and I dream about for myself, and love as well. I want to be in love, and I want that fairy tale, whatever a fairy tale is for you. I mean, for me, it's just a relationship that is based on kindness and support and a healthy love, compassion, understanding, humor, compatibility, joy, happiness. I don't know, you know, I still have dreams for myself about what kind of love that I can have and that I will have. And I think that if anything, I'm really working to make sure that I do not have more experiences like this. It has put me in a place where I'm very, very protective over the time that I'm giving to situations that, you know, I feel red flags within. Because I know that I'm a sexual person and I'm someone who dives in quickly, I like to commit once I feel like, ooh, you know, like this is something. I've had to be careful and more responsible with my boundaries and with and how quickly I commit, and also with understanding that just because I feel like I have a connection to someone and because I'm okay with like quickly becoming intimate doesn't mean that I can be loose with my boundaries, you know? And because I know the trauma that I've experienced, because I know about the trauma that I've experienced, I also have a responsibility to protect myself and not put myself in situations where I can become triggered and not be with people who I know are not good for me. And it's hard because it's causing me to draw boundaries very quickly, very fast, and that feels weird because I'm just now beginning to work on boundaries. So the idea of, you know, noticing a red flag and then cutting things off like immediately, which is not like, it's not like immediate. I only have had, so I've only had 2 like kind of romantic experiences since I got out of that relationship. And with both of them, with the first one, it was a date, and then we had sex, and I didn't listen to any of my flags. I didn't listen to anything. I didn't do it, you know. There's a lot of red flags. There's a lot of red flags throughout the day, and there's red flags before we even met in person, you know, and I just was like, but I learned from that, and I'm not going to do that again. And you know what? It's like you have to be proud of yourself because it goes in stages. Like with that situation, it wasn't even a relationship. It didn't last any amount of time. But with that situation, even though I didn't have physical boundaries, because I wanted to have sex and I was excited to have an experience, like a sexual experience for the first time with a woman, and I really liked her. I was like damn near convinced that we might be soulmates, you know. I was really in deep. I thought that was going to be something. But even though I didn't have physical boundaries, and I probably could have been better with like emotional boundaries during the day, I did protect myself, you know. I recognized the red flags and I was like, okay, this isn't going to work in the long run. We can try, we can see if maybe like things are gonna, you know, but I was realistic. So they're happening. And then with this most recent experience, I noticed the red flags, and it took me like a minute to get, it took me like a second to be okay with even saying anything, because I was just gonna be like, oh, okay, this isn't gonna work, blocked. But I also need to get better at not just blocking people and then disappearing. Not that I ghost people all the time. I haven't had enough experiences to be like a ghoster. But I have ghosted before, and I recognize that that's not healthy and that's mean. And it's, you know, it's not contributing to a healthy culture of dating. So I should not be doing that. So I've made an effort to not do that. So with this last guy, I was telling my sisters about the problems that I had noticed, and, you know, they told me I should say something. I should just, you know, tell him what the issue is. So I did. And he actually responded really well, and that was great. But I did end up still cutting it off because I still recognized that the red flags were not something I didn't want to work on it. You know, I didn't want to wait for changes. I was just ready for things to be over. I just wanted him to know why things weren't going to work. So, and you know what? That was hard for me because that made me feel mean. Because I was like, why aren't you giving him a chance? Why aren't you letting him, you know, be better and things like that? But it's like, you don't have to do that, you know? I'm not the only woman in the world. He will find somebody else who's meant to be with him, and they will have a beautiful relationship. And you don't have to do that, you know? You don't have to lay it out on the line and give him this experience. Like, sometimes I just take on this onus like I owe it to people, and it's like, no. And also, it's a relief. It's like, if you can't do it for yourself just because you don't have to do something, you can also just do it in a way that humbles yourself, and you're like, you know, girl, like, who are you? Like, you don't need to be this person's end-all, be-all. They'll find someone else. But you should be doing it for yourself because you know that you don't owe anyone anything. But if you're not in a place where you can say that for yourself and be like strong in that or like certain in that, then even just from the perspective that there's a lot of people out there and they'll find someone else. And so, yeah, small steps, baby steps, but yeah, I was just feeling excited today, and I'm really, 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 really in a place where I'm trying to attract my person. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't want to date anymore. I don't want anything casual, and I don't want to date around. Like, I want to meet my person. I want to meet my person, and I want to go. Like, that's it. I just want to be married and like be happy with my partner, and we can grow together, and we can continue to heal, and we can have our problems that we need to fix, and blah blah blah. We can work on it, but I'm ready to work on building something that's going to last a lifetime. I'm really in that energy right now, and that might change, so who knows, but that's where I am right now. And I'm in a place where I'm not interested in, you know, like a Build-A-Bear type of relationship where I'm really working and, you know, trying to build someone up and things like that. One, because I have my own things to work on, so I don't want to have to teach you and be teaching me and, you know, doing all of that. I would love for us to grow together and challenge each other, and I don't want to feel that way. And I also don't want someone else to feel like, be able to feel my energy of being exhausted, because what kind of relationship is that? You know, that's not very healthy, and that's not very fun. So I just want more for myself, and I want more for the people that I would be dating. So I'm trying to attract my soulmate. And so that means really not holding on to anything that does not fit what I want. And with this last guy, it was hard because it was kind of close. I thought he was super cute. He was very cute, and he was a really great guy. And I felt that he had a very kind heart and very kind soul. Nothing fundamentally wrong with him at all, but we weren't compatible. And sometimes I let compatibility slip because I'm like, well, they're a good person, and I can totally see how this could be a relationship, and it could be great in many ways, but I know where there would be problems, and I know that these problems would ultimately not make me happy. But what is happiness, you know? There's so many ways that I very quickly sacrifice my own needs because I'm like, but in the grand scheme of things. But it's like, then you're never going to get, you know, that love that you desire because you're willing to settle. That's really what it is. And it's not saying that that person means you're settling. It's just for your certain situation, you're settling, you know? And I don't want to do that, and I don't want to put someone else in a position like that either. That's where I'm really trying to work on being responsible for the choices that I make in my life. And I'm trying to make different decisions. So, yeah. I guess I just thought I'd come on here and give that update and say that I'm very excited, and I do feel like I'm getting close. I feel like I'm in a place where I'm going to meet someone very, very special soon. And I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, you know, I have very high hopes, but I'm also trying to keep myself grounded and understand that, you know, time is relative, and you never know, and be open-minded, and don't block yourself off from experiences because it doesn't feel like what it should be like right off the bat, you know, be open, but also be open and also still remember that you're not stupid and you can trust yourself. So when you feel something and you feel like it's not going to work, that's okay, and you can trust that. As long as you're open from the beginning and you make space for things to have potential, then it's okay when you want to draw a boundary. So just the balance of that it's a journey, but it's a journey I'm willing and ready and happy to be on, because I like to be in a place of trust within myself and leading in my life rather than letting life lead me. You know, I'm just gonna go inside because it's kind of cold. But after after I was, it's dark in here. Very dark. After I was assaulted, I didn't really, I wasn't really in control of my life anymore. I had to make decisions. So there are points in my life where I was present enough to make a choice, but I was really ready to kind of just take the back seat and just not be, in a position where I really needed to be in control. Because I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust the decisions I make, because I was like, well, look at what you did the last time you made a choice, especially around relationships. So I just had such a guard up, and I was just very I'm just going to let whatever is going to happen, and I'm just flowing, but not in a good way where it's flowing with life. It was just really detached. And I'm just now getting back into a place where I feel safe and comfortable enough and confident enough to take control again and take the reins again. One thing about this, because I've been on a spiritual journey, I guess honestly, for a while I was it's not a dark night of the soul, but I feel like I've been neck deep in a dark night of the soul for 2 years. It's been a very hard 2 years. It's been very difficult. And there's also been a lot of beauty, but it's been hard. And so I was kind of placed into this hermit mode, and I felt like the universe was really just leading me and pushing me through, and just kind of, just pushing me through life. And now they're okay, we're letting go of your hand, go on your own. And for April and May, I was kind of no thanks, but now I'm kind of all right, I can do this. I can go back into the world and I can try dating again, and I can try making friends, and I can go out with my friends, and I can go find an apartment, and I can go back to school, and I can do all these things. I can start, working on my dreams, all of that. So it's been a journey, and we're going to continue to grow and continue to hold space for things to be whatever they are. And, but doing it from a place of knowing that you have control and you have a say, in how your life goes. So just taking my power back, because it's been a time of reclaiming, which was very needed. And I'm not, acting like it's been a perfect journey. I was very resistant, very, very resistant for a while. And I was fighting and I was angry. I was angry at the universe. I was angry at myself. I was angry at everything and everyone. But also feeling very guilty and feeling like I had no right to say anything and to feel anything. And it was a lot. And I still have a lot of hard days, but I've had a lot more good days than bad days ever since the breakup, and ever since I've been choosing myself and choosing to heal in a way that is gentle on myself. A lot less self-critique and bullying myself and all of this, all of that you could have done differently and blah, 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 blah. All of that self-awareness is great, but self-awareness can very, very quickly turn into self-abuse, because you're just harping on things that it's you already know this. You don't need to keep going, keep digging. Sometimes you can just let things be. So yeah, that is where I'm at. And I just wanted to come back with an update because I know the last 2 videos were kind of heavy. So yes, I'm going to go and upload this, and then I'll see you the next time that I feel like making a video. Hopefully if people see this and want a support group, then I can find a way to put that together. I have a Zoom account, so we can just get on Zoom and talk. And there's no pressure. Like, it doesn't need to be anything special. We can literally just get on Zoom and talk about what's going on. So, yeah, and it doesn't have to be around, like, whatever your experiences have been. It can be if you want to, because sometimes you just want to talk about your trauma, and I get that. But it can also just be, like, talking, you know, whatever. So, yeah. Okay. Have a good night, and thank you for listening if you're listening to this. Bye.